Hey, so I thought it was time for another garden video. Thought you like that run through the corn patch. Whew. Always loved running through a corn patch. When I was a kid, we loved playing hide and go seek in the corn patch. Well, the thing is, we weren't allowed. We weren't allowed to play in the corn patch. Oh, but we would once in a while until we got caught. Because my dad was scared we would smash down the corn, and for good reason. But the corn patch has always made the loveliest places to play games, hide and go seek and stuff. And we had the biggest corn patches growing up. Always like a big patch here and then that. There's so many big corn patches because we grew a market garden, and lots of corn. Yeah, the best place to play. But unfortunately, I'm not supposed to play in a corn patch. Okay, so our corn is getting ready. We have got some corn. We ate corn one time, one meal of corn, just one cup each, but we had some corn. And if our frost holds off here a bit longer, we are gonna get us some corn. So look at the corn patch from back. If you were catching me along on my garden videos, we are getting corn. We're here I don't know what day it is in September. Is it September the 1st? It could be. Anyway, and yeah, we just need a bit more time, and we could easily get more time yet before our first frost, the killer frost. I guess we had a slight frost the other day, but it was like nothing. It didn't do nothing. So, yeah, and we haven't got our first major killer frost, and we hope that's going to hang off for a while longer. So, getting see, got some. Oh, yeah, it's not turned the right way, so you can see it. So, okay, all right, we're gonna walk over this way. So I've been doing a lot in the garden. Lots happened since my last video. It's been a while since I've did a video, hasn't it? I really believe it's been quite a while. So, but my sunflowers have really amazing. My sunflowers have really taken off. Anyway, this is where the onions and garlic was, and we've already taken them up. The garlic was definitely ready. The onions, we could have just left them. It's better to leave them and let the tops actually die right in the garden. They keep better, but with so much rain, and we had much more rain again overnight, they were starting to rot, and I was going to lose them any which way. So we just went ahead and took them all and got them in on racks in the shop, kind of drying a bit. And I might take a picture of that. So then, and then before we actually do have a frost where it can freeze them in the shop, then I'll have to get them out onto the house, because I had them in the shop once, and then we had a frost, and they started to rot that way too. So took them up. We still have all these. So all our root vegetables is good for quite a long time. The end of September till just before we're going to get some snow. I just leave like the beets, the carrots, the rutabagas, just as long as I possibly can, because when I get them and put them in my cold room, they don't keep good at all. Maybe in a root cellar they would. My cold room in the basement is not near cold enough. What I did last year for the carrots and the rutabaga was actually kept them out in the shop under a blanket. And so even after some frost, I had dug them and put them out there until I was thinking, no, okay, even under a blanket ain't gonna keep. Then I moved them down in the basement. But yeah, they just keep better when it's cold as possible, but not with the freeze. My beets, I took my beets and I piled them in a sandbox, and I put a bunch of green tops on top. Okay, green tops is a problem. They rotted and stuff, and then caused my beets to kind of rot, but they kept, otherwise mostly the beets kept good. So this time we're going to put them on a pile outside and put hay on top, and then what I do is put a plastic and let them snow, and we had a bunch of snow on top. Boy, that just kept them really good. Kept them so much better in the cold room. The beets do not keep good in the cold room, as well as like the carrot stuff just don't either. So the things that we're through, like the onions and garlic, we're done. We're through. I've got some later beans that I planted, green beans, so we're still picking some beans. Otherwise, the most part, they're through. My cabbages, oh, I took them in. So we got some real big cabbages. I'll show a picture of that. Some real big ones, some smaller ones. And then the worms are getting them really bad. We decided we got to get them out of the garden and save them from the worms. I've got still some, I have a bunch of my lettuce just go to seed, and I've been giving it to the rabbits and the goats. We've got some more little lettuce. I planted lettuce at different times. We've got more little lettuce and stuff. Carrots, everything just looking just great. Okay, so our potatoes, we've been eating some potatoes. They're pretty small. So I'm not sure how it's going to be when it's time to harvest, how big they're really going to be. And everything was different this year. We just had so much rain. Some things were slower and all. I picked off some tomatoes that was kind of bigger, but we're not going to end up with a lot of tomatoes. I'm not getting too many this year. We're going to have to pick them off before it frosts. So the root vegetables are going to be good in the ground for quite a long time until closer to snow time. But we'll have to get the zucchini off before we get a frost, our cucumbers off, our tomatoes off, and those kind of things. We have to keep track of weather because we're going to have to tend these things really quick as if it gets cold on everything. So I'm just kind of shooting through the garden here. Woo, flowers. Nice little zucchini plant. So we're really getting a lot of zucchini. Whoops. Yeah, getting lots of zucchini and stuff, so that's great. Eating tons of that right now. And yeah, I think that's the main things we learned. So this is Dennis and brown beans. Okay, so these beans here, with the Dennis and brown beans, and I'll show you a picture of that, and then they're in a rack in the shop, and we pull them up and put them out to dry, usually on a big tarp, and then they dry, and we tromp on them, jump on the beans, and tromp off and get the beans, and then blow them out from all the leaves and stuff. This time, my husband decided, he thinks he's pretty smart. He said, why don't you pull up the vines, pull the beans off, put them on drying racks, and you won't have all that other stuff, and then you can just shell them out, and you're not going to have all the leaves, maybe dirt hanging out, because we had a lot of dirt, and it'd be a lot to sort out of the beans. It was time to sort beans, because you blow that, and not all of that blew out. But it's a windy day today. I love fall, and so I'm thinking, yeah, when we would do the beans, we would have the wind to our advantage, or we'd use big fans if it wasn't, but have it on a nice windy day, and we blow the beans back and forth between buckets to get all that dirbus out, all that, the plant stuff that would crunch up with them, and the dirt, just blow it all out. Beautiful day for that. I love the wind. I love cold days. I always loved cold days as a child, but now as an adult, I'm cooped, and a mom, I'm usually cooped up in the house a lot more than I was as a child. My kids are just out and about right now, doing all kinds of stuff outside, and spend so much time outside. That's what I did as a child. I love that. So I'm stuck in the house more. Okay, and then these beans, it's my dry beans. It's going to be dry beans too. So we're just letting them get really, really mature, and then they're a little bit later. We're going to take them off and do the same thing on these. So we got some of our potatoes here, the rest of our potato patches in the back. So we'll be doing those later. Yeah, since our video, we had went camping for a few days. About an hour from here, we got to go camping. And that was fun. We haven't gone camping for a long time just because we're always kind of busy in our gardens, and we have animals, and we hadn't gone camping for about 4 years, and I didn't even think that we could go camping, but Mom and Sister mentioned about going camping, and I'm like, oh, how could we go camping? We got gardens, we got animals. Anyway, we decided we could manage it. So my one son, 15-year-old son, my husband stayed home at nights to milk, and then they went for the day, that hour away where the lake was, where we were camping for the day, and we did get to camp that way, and the kids caught some fish and they fried some fish. Hey Danielle, just talking about our camping, and whoop, we're showing the garden. Yeah, so the kids really had fun camping. Whoa, and they brought their bicycles and got to ride their bicycles through the camp and all that, and had the campfire. And oh, you got us some beans. Okay, this is like the Dennis and brown beans that I was talking about. I'm like, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's great. So things are winding down for the fall. So not so we have to be so busy in the garden for the weeding. And we don't hardly have that many weeds. Just the other day I pulled up some weeds that was going to seed. I just don't want them to go to seed at this point. Like, it's not a big deal, but to go to seed, then it's bad for another year of gardening. And that's not good. So we're getting ready to start school. So our school should be coming in this week. We're going to start next week back to our home school. Okay, I'm following Daniel. Daniel wants me to follow him. Where are we going, Daniel? Oh, you're going over to the raspberries over here. Oops, this is the black and the purple raspberries, but they're all finished. The raspberries are done for the year, aren't they, Daniel?
Hey, they have a white one.
Huh? Did you get one?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Oops. Ooh, my camera's flying everywhere. Yeah, you found a raspberry. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, just wanted to show my popcorn here. You can see just a little cob right there, so I don't think it's going to do anything all time for that, but we planted popcorn, and we actually tried to give it an earlier start by planting it in the house in little pots, but then when we put it outside, it just kind of stunted, and with corn, it's just not a good idea really to plant it first. It doesn't seem like in pots. It's best to just put it right in the ground. The corn over there that you've seen that we put right in the ground is so much bigger and farther ahead than this popcorn. So we probably would have turned out with popcorn if we would have planted it in the ground and got an earlier start. I just wanted to show that, a little bit of popcorn. Kind of interesting to try that. Just the kernels that you buy in the store to pop popcorn. And we're going to walk down here. I've got my little daughter's helping me hold my camera thing. I'm going to walk down to the celery and show my celery. So we ended up with quite a bit this year. These are by little plants that a neighbor gave us that he started for us in his greenhouse. And so, yeah, it's looking really good. It's just not big fat stalks that you buy in the store. Well, just mostly leaves. We got so much. There's a lot to use just like this at one time. I've got some in the fridge, and then I've got some on drying racks out there too that will just dry it and then just crush it up and have dried celery leaves to use. So that'll be good. But yeah, it's different than in the store. I expected we're going to get big fat stalks, and I thought, well, this can't be ready yet. But one of them actually went to seed on me, and one of them, the stalks are real tough. I was waiting for them to get big, but I still don't think it's going to get that big. But yeah, my celery. So that's neat. Okay. Oh, it's really windy still. Oh, it's lovely though. I'm really enjoying it. This is a little bit later in the morning since I did the other part of the video, and just wanted to come back out and just finish this and share with you a portion of a verse that I wrote down in the middle of the night. I'm awake a few times in the night with my little one, and so I was up in the night and I was thinking of things and praying, and I always pray when I'm up with her and feeding her at night. And so as part of the verse came to me, in me you will have peace. In this world you will have you'll have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. And so I went and wrote that down, and just wanted to share that with you. Like Jesus said that, in me you will have peace, in this world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. And how wonderful that is, that sure, in this world that we're going to have tribulation and troubles and sorrows and pain and loss, and then of all kinds, of things in this broken world that we live in. But in him we can have peace, and that we can still be of good cheer and be of hope, and have joy, because he's overcome this world, and he has conquered sin and his victory over death. And it's so beautiful. I just wanted to share that with you, that whatever we're, especially right now, that we're going through in this world, so much unsettled stuff concerning this, the COVID virus stuff and the pandemic and everything, and just, you never know one day from the next, and kind of what the next day is going to bring in the next few months, the next year, if things are going to get back to normal. A lot of events that was canceled for 2020 are already rebooked for 2021, and the Bible camps that couldn't go this summer are already like geared up for the next year, 2021. Well, we don't know. The way things are looking is like, oh my, when is this all going to be over? When can we kind of get back to the normal that we knew it? When can we just be, this virus, be done with all this crazy stuff, and wanting you to wear masks in all the stores and all this stuff? And it's so unsettled, and I just don't know what the future's going to hold either, for us personally, for our family, but just for everyone, and just kind of how things are going to go towards the end. We know that Jesus is coming and returning someday. He said that he would. And so I just want you to know that you can still, even though it's so unsettled and unsure and things, we can still be at peace. We can still have the assurance, in Jesus, and the hope that he has given us, that he is with us, and that he is for us, and that he is upon it. He'll do something, through us that will be used for his glory. Even though we can't see how any of this is any good, doing any good. It's doing more harm than anything. True, it is. For so many people and so many lives, it is. But God can even use this, even that's happening in your life because of this COVID, even anything. God can use it. And this, He knows about this. This did not come. This pandemic did not come by surprise for Him. We maybe did not see it coming, but God did. And I just want you know that He is holding you today in His hand. He's holding you tomorrow. He's holding your every tomorrows, and that in Him we will have peace. There'll be world in this tribulation in this world. In Him we'll have peace, and that we can be of good cheer. And it says in Isaiah 26:3 that when our minds are stayed on Him, our minds are kept on Him, He'll keep us in perfect peace. Those who trust in Him. And I just want to tell you to keep trusting, keep believing, and keep your minds on Him, on above, not on the things in the world that's going on, not on the news, not on this crazy stuff, not on, oh, what about tomorrow, what about next month, few months, what about next year? No, just focus on Him, His goodness, and what He wants you to be doing right now in the midst of this. And just keep shining your light, being a light to the next person that's around you, and just show them the hope that we have in Jesus, and get in the Word and get in prayer. And yeah, just want to give you that. Just stay close to God, and He'll be with you in everything, whatever it is that you're going through. For more resources and to see all that I do and stuff, please visit my website blog and stay tuned for more of these. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, so that you can get my latest videos. This summer I'm doing the ones in my garden and ones in the cemetery. So I want to make sure you catch those. I share lots of good stuff. And okay, hang in there. God is with you, whatever you're going through.